So, it's kind of funny. I started to get some of these atom figures without realizing where they came from and who they were. So let me go and talk about the story. Hold on a second. Let me first find it. Here we go. So, oh man, my camera's not lined up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Check my sound too. And so, the first ones I got was with this Flash figure here. And since I bought more than one of these Flash figures, I got two of these little atoms here. And then I'm not sure where I got these two from. And so I went online just now a few minutes ago to see if I can figure out where they came from. Hey, Jason. Thanks for joining us. So let me go ahead and find it online. And so this one here ended up being from a Crisis 4-pack, or a Crisis 4-inch figure. And you can see it. Here it is right here. Derp. And there's that figure, and you can see it looks very similar to that. So that's got to be where that came from. But then I had one figure left, and that's this one right here. And I didn't know where that came from. And so I found it. It came from this set right here. And you can see it comes with an atom figure, an atom in a chair, which is kind of funny. And then, of course, the figure that I have standing there with his arms out. And so as I started collecting all these little atom figures, and the last one I got, as you guys know, is this little guy down here. And he actually came from Giganta. He was one of the figures that was supposed to be part of her, I guess, to show the contrast difference in height and size. What's funny is I wondered if these two were the same. And you can see it looks like the mold may be the same for them, but the paint styles are completely different. So this style right here is the one that came with Giganta, and this one right here is the one that came with the Flash. So I thought, you know what? I have so many of these atom figures. I could have sworn I had another one too, but I guess not. Then I decided it was time to buy an atom figure. And so the one I wanted to get was, of course, DC Universe. Let's see if I can find them on here now. It's the regular DC Universe atom. There it is. So that's the one I was planning on getting, that regular DC Universe one. But the price for him is outrageous on eBay. I'm like, oh, I can't afford that. And so when I bought my Man-at-Arms the other day at Target, I happened to go to the DC aisle, and lo and behold, behind the DC stuff was this cool atom figure right here. Let's check this out. Made by McFarlane. And, of course, McFarlane has an awesome first name, in case you didn't know. It was Todd, just like me. And I'm like, oh, it's so cool because it's a 7-inch one. Because I was planning on trying to make a custom so he fits in with my Classics figures. And so I was going to get the other one and see what I could do to try to customize it. But now I don't have to make a custom because, bam, there he is in 7 inches. Pretty cool. So let's open him up and check him out. And then, of course, I can pretend like he shrinks into all these different sizes later on. Now, since these two are essentially the exact same mold, I may be a little more careful with this one because this one's really expensive and this one's not so much. Being this comes with Giganta. And he just comes with a cheap Flash figure. It costs like $10 on eBay, while she costs hundreds of dollars on eBay. All right. Let's see if I can slide all these back without knocking Giganta over. I'll put my finger on her foot. There we go. Hooray. All right. And it comes with the comic book. It's like the Flash comic book. Let's see. Hey, Charles. Thanks for joining us. Matthew, thanks for being here. Nettie Perry, thanks for being here. Delaxorian, thanks for being here. Yeah, he does look pretty cool. All right, let's get him out. Let's look at the back first. So it shows you got the figure. He's got the cool stripe going around him. And then it shows the Flash comic that's included. Looks like it has Gorilla Grodd in it. And, of course, the Atom. And looks pretty cool. Page Punchers. I tell you, Todd McFarlane's been making a lot of... I don't even know this figure is even out there. That's why I was so surprised. I actually got really excited. I was more excited about this figure because I have all those little atoms at home, and I was trying to buy one and maybe customize one than I was about picking up the Man-at-Arms figure for half price. And I came out of Target all excited, telling my wife, "Oh, I found this figure called the Atom," and she's like, "I've never heard of him." I said, "I know. Never talked about him really, but I just felt weird having all these miniature versions of him, and you know, couldn't really do nothing." So here is the comic, The Flash, and this is #1 on there. I'm not sure why that's #1 specifically. It's probably a special edition #1, but he comes with a stand and a card. Let's pull those off there. I'm probably not going to open the comic. Ugh. But there it is, still sealed, so I'll just leave it sealed forever and ever. Amen. All right, let's set it over here. And another black stand. My 80 millionth black stand. Yep. So important to open these. You know what's funny, what I like about these stupid black stands is they're kind of a matte black. They're not like super shiny. You can see if I hit the light just right, it shines. But normally, they're not very shiny. Well, this black is invisible to the 3D scanner. So I use these sometimes to put things on it to be able to have them stand. If I use like a poster putty and stick it on the black stand. And it works really good for doing that. All right. Death Seeker says it's a great looking figure. Why is it so complicated to do any swaps with McFarlane figures? I don't know. I haven't done any swaps yet with any parts, so I haven't really customized a lot of McFarlane figures. I've only bought a couple. But like I said, I wanted this one just because I had so many Atom figures. And he was kind of a cool character in the Arrowverse. And of course, you know, I like the guy who played the part because, you know, he did an awesome job playing Superman in the Superman Returns, and I loved him also in Chuck as the Super Spy. And my wife and I have watched some romance movies where he's like a firefighter with some lady that has a cat or something. I don't know the whole story, but oh, I didn't get them all yet. Oh, that's the way to get him out of there. Pull his hand right off. Pull my hand right off, why don't you? All right. You know, now I think about it, I've had some bad luck with McFarlane figures. I forgot about that Joker and his hand broke off when I was trying to swap the hand out. So, all right, let's talk about articulation first, and then we'll get into the extra hands, which I wish the hands weren't just this part. I wish it was actually the wrist too, but because that's what broke on the Joker was the wrist. So we got ankle articulation, nice and firm and sturdy. We got double jointed knees. This pin they should have made red because it would make more sense being the other parts on the inside, but that's okay. I can use some red paint and touch that up. Then we have a leg joint here. Good job. No thigh cut to destroy the sculpt. You don't need the thigh cut. It's got enough movement without the thigh cut. Then it turns at the waist, right by his belt right there. His upper part crunches back and forth and turns. I guess it turns a little bit too. I always think it's funny when you have the middle part because you can actually put it backwards. You can put his abs in his back and his back on his front, so it's kind of funny how you can just crank that middle portion around. And then he has the lat movement right here and a shoulder movement, bicep cut, double jointed elbows. And normally I hate the double jointed elbows, but being he's wearing armor, it doesn't bother me as much because it does look mechanical, so I don't mind. But for humanoid arms that are actually flesh, it looks awful. All right, then we have a wrist articulation here And then, of course, his head moves, but not a lot because those tubes are in the way. So not a lot of movement up there. There we go. Now, he does not look like any of the miniature figures I have, unfortunately, but that's okay. With imagination, he will look exactly like them in your head. So it's all good. Now we got this extra piece here to get out of here. If I ever get out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Why with the tape? Not only does Mattel keep using tape, but now McFarlane too. Oop! I lost his hula hoop. No more hula hooping for you. I found it though. And this just, I guess, goes like this on his back. Plugs on in there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Dun da da. Dun da 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 da. Yes, it is extremely detailed. I don't know if you guys have seen these legs. Look at those legs. Let me get an extra light so you can really see it. There we go. Look at that detailing on those parts. It is incredible. Now, I do not like their leg articulation the way they have this. It seems to break really easy. On my Batman that I have, that big one, it just keeps coming off because the legs are so heavy. The Batman that looks like Baron Karza, kind of. I don't even know where he's at. I think I threw him in the closet somewhere. They got tired of his legs falling off all the time. But, yep. All right. There we go. Now I have an Atom figure to go with all my Atom figures. All right, let's go ahead and scoot these guys aside. Burp, burp, burp. You know, make more sense. I should put the short ones on the high stack. That'd actually make more sense, but that's okay though. There we go. There is all of our Atoms. I'm surprised he didn't come with a miniature Atom figure too. That would just make more sense if at least he... Let me check the box again. I don't see nothing there. Just extra hands, but you think for playability they just throw in an extra little miniature figure of him with the exact same sculpt. Yes, I've seen the TV show Atom figure as well. I don't really like the TV figures. To me, they look kind of strange because they just don't fit in with the toy figures. If I only collected the TV figures, it'd be cool. But being I collect mostly toy figures, it looks weird to have figures that look too hyper-realistic. And they don't match the aesthetic of the cartoony kind of toy look. All right, let's see. I have a bunch of old school McFarlane stuff. Got the entire Metal Gear Solid figures. Nice. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. Ben, thanks for being here. Yeah, they do appear to be rough to do customs with, but all right. Anyway, I have to go put that link that someone asked me for on the last video back in that video description. I haven't done that yet. Does he have toe articulation? Oh, he does. I missed that one. Look at that. Whoop. It's weird too because the ankle articulation has two sets of articulation here and here. So you can really do some really bizarre looking things with his feet if you really chose to. Anyway. Look at all the Cradle Rock look. I'm just surprised that these two don't have the exact same paint sculpt. You know, being of the same exact body. which is kind of cool, being he's worth a ton and he's not. I can see people trying to pass this one off as him, but. And then, of course, this is the little 4-inch figure. I have no idea where I got him from. I must have got him in an auction with other figures at one time. Zoop. Besides what I've seen on TV for Ray Palmer doing it in Arrowverse, I don't really know what his superpowers are besides shrinking. So, interesting. All right. Leg sledgehammer. Make him look like the guy in Misery. Let's see. Here's why more powerful. Oh, you know what? I was gonna see how big he is next to classics. That's what I got him for, is to fit in my classics. So if he's too big, he fits pretty well. I mean, muscle tone wise, he doesn't match, but as far as height, he goes pretty good. He's a little bit taller than classics, but not massively. Nice. Of course, he'd probably fit really good with the new Masterverse. Yeah, he actually fits better with Masterverse than he does with classics. But he's going with my classics, so. Try to think what classic figures I could use to recreate this guy to give him a huge muscle-bound body. I gotta figure out which figures have the red and the blue and how a little bit of paint I'd have to add. Let's put the black dot on his back. I could steal his belt, stretch it out, and put it on a classics. I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm doing. But he was not half price. I paid full price for him. Full price, man. Mike says his classics collection has grown. You haven't seen Misery? I have not seen Misery. Sorry, Nomsky. Let's see. He's way more powerful than he's usually portrayed. Thanks to Laxroy. Now I'll have to look online and see what he's supposed to do. Let's see if he can do the karate kick. Ho! Dun dun dun. Straighten your hand out, dude. It's so weird, these extra double joints. Oh, He-Man's knocking over the atoms. Can he divide into multiple people? That would be kind of a cool thing to have. Like, I know I've seen this one Superman comic where Superman could do that, which seems really odd. They can make little miniature Superman. You guys ever seen that one? There we go. Have him kicking Beast Man. Oh! Let's see. Arcade has been doing some crazy. He has. Yeah, Mr. Arcade stuff is really cool. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, go check it out. Really cool stuff. All right. I think that's all I got today. So, what a well-balanced figure. Yep. You could have He-Man kicking him next. Huh. Huh. Oh, his legs don't spread apart as far. Far enough, though. Dun, da, da. Ho, ho. Don't fall. There we go. Ugh. I am tired. All right, you guys. Good journey and good night. Till next time. Bye now.